Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah! See, Donald J. Trump, I'm telling you, he's got nothing to hide. His administration has got nothing to hide. And that's why he's been an advocate for full transparency in this case.
I have the best poll numbers I've ever had. I have poll numbers where I'm 71%. I have the best poll numbers.
Those are among Republicans.
No. Among Republicans, I'm at 94 and 95%. No, I'm talking about generally. I have the.
I want to release everything. I just don't want people to get hurt.
Proud to be on this team. I don't know why.
Your haters cite polls that have you down in the 30s, Mr. President.
Yeah, but they're fake polls, Joe. I had a lot of fake polls. You also have me in the 70s.
So I'm going to do the best I can for as long as I can. Thank you very much.
Nobody like him.
Let me put it this way. There was a gentleman on Harry Emden yesterday on CNN, and he went crazy over how well Trump was doing. Now, you don't put that on because I think CBS is a shade. Actually, CNN's a shade better than NBC. I think NBC is probably the worst of them all. But if you check CNN tomorrow, watch Harry Emden, and you'll see about the numbers. But that's okay. We have to defend ourselves, Joe.
But there are other. They can say.
They want to kill this bitch yesterday.
If you're at all confused by that opening, think of it simply as a way to bring you guys up to speed on the Epstein case in a stimulating and an exciting fashion. If you guys haven't been following the never-ending shit show that is the Epstein files and the Epstein case in general, it surely is the gift that keeps on giving. We'll get into the main topic of Tim Dillon in a second, but most recently, good old Trumpy boy has elected a literal sex offender to the office of, human development. It's basically a like get out and play, if you remember that kind of type beat. But he has thought it brilliant to actually employ a person who has had sex with a minor and is a registered sex offender and has been arrested for violating being a sex offender. He's violated the stipulations of that. Anyway, like I was saying, if you guys are new to the channel, I just reached 65 subscribers. I'm so happy and excited. I started this channel like a month ago. If you guys could subscribe, I'd love to get to 100 one day. That would be so awesome. Like, comment, share it, hit the bell, whatever the fuck. I don't really care. But anyway, let's get into what we're talking about today. So something rather interesting has happened with our good old friend Tim Dillon. If you're not one of these 65 people familiar with my channel, over the past couple weeks I've made several videos about him, all negative in nature, and with a equally negative response from his fans, getting me an extreme amount of hate, even though being a tiny fucking channel. But something interesting has happened. He's now stopped grifting for J.D. Vance and Trump about the Epstein files, and it seems he has gone back to being his gay, schizophrenic self. And yes, he is gay. Believe it or not, he is actually gay. He is back to being his gay, schizophrenic self, denying the Epstein files and just calling out the absurdity of it all. It seems like he got his seafood tower, he got his full buffet, his full Seafood City buffet, and now he's done shilling for the right.
Most of the comments were release the list, release the list, release the list. As they should be, release it. I don't think he's going to, but it's a fair rallying cry, and it seems to be the only thing that does drive him insane. Nothing else is. He didn't like when Tim Walz called him weird. That kind of pivoted him in the direction where he seemed to be. But this seems to really get to him, the release the list. because he did have 1,000 FBI agents combing over that list, redacting his name wherever they found it. And there are like lots of videos of him in a conga line with Jeffrey Epstein. So at this point, if he's not implicated in having sex with a minor, this is much weirder. So whatever it is, put it out.
Praise be to Allah. Praise be. We have finally gotten Tim back. We have finally gotten him back. It has been so long. I don't know. It's so strange watching his 2 last episodes, actually his 3 last episodes, and now getting our regular Tim back, who is like, this shit is weird. This shit doesn't make sense. Can we just release it? And it's funny. It's in the intro clip, but it's also in his clip, which he just mentioned. This whole idea of we don't want to release it because we don't want to hurt anyone. When has Trump ever cared about hurting someone? It's so funny.
So their whole thing is like, well, we can't release them because like somebody could be named in it, but they're like innocent. They didn't do anything. Well, if that's the case, it was an investigation. So there would be some way to ascertain who was like really involved and who wasn't. Most likely, it's not just going to be a complete clusterfuck.
Yeah, and he makes a great point in this next clip where he's like, they're trying to see what sticks. They're throwing out all these different theories. It's like, well, he was friends with them, but he wasn't really that good of friends with them. Well, he drew these pictures, but he wasn't actually an artist. He didn't do anything. He wasn't much of a drawer. None of it makes sense. And it's so refreshing to finally get the real Tim back. And forever how long it may be. I mean, who knows? He might get another seafood dinner next week. He might sell out again next week. So we have to cherish. We have to cherish how long we have him for. Because who knows when we'll lose him again to a seafood tower. Or it could be a prime rib. Or it could be, a Golden Corral, all-you-can-eat steak. Or, Texas Roadhouse. Whatever his fat, gay hands can get his hands on, then we might lose him to it. But we have to cherish it. Anyway, I'll play this clip.
Right now, they're trying things to see if it'll work. They're seeing, it's like a comedian at an open mic where you see if a premise will stick. You're like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? They're trying theories. They're going like, hey, what about if the porn isn't, it's just pornography from the internet? How about that? And that was told to me directly. Or then they go like this. They go, hey, what about if it's just a bunch of good billionaires that might get ensnared in this or caught up in it, but they actually didn't do anything wrong? How about that? And then the public goes, I don't think that's it. And they're like, well, how about this? How about that Ghislaine's like a liar and she's just going to start lying? And you go, yeah, maybe, but also just put out what you got.
It's so funny to finally see, like the mask came down. I mean, I don't know what the government thought they were going to get out of Tim Dillon. I mean, he would sell out for his own fans, but he's also going to sell out, for the government too. Like he cannot be trusted either way, which is, why we love him. And I thought it was so funny how he was like, yeah, and they told that to me directly, the whole porn thing. That was the thing that everybody, and me especially, was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? That makes no sense. Saying that all of Epstein's porn on his computer was from the internet and was all of the files on his computer were from the internet. Well, first they said, oh, it was porn. Oh, then it was porn from the internet. It just, that when Tim said that to us, 3 weeks ago, you can watch my previous videos. I'll leave them in the description and at the end card. But none of that made sense. And that's what got me so fired up. And I don't understand why people in the comments on those videos that I made were like, well, what, like, he's clearly not selling out. He's just saying what he told them. But he was saying it in a manner that was so strange and like, hey, this is the narrative now. Okay, so this is what we're going with. Now he's like, this is retarded. This makes no sense. You just keep throwing shit to the wall and seeing what sticks.
The political fallout from this scandal, it would be monumental, and it would affect some of the wealthiest people in the world and our relationships with different countries, namely Israel. I mean, unless we're all completely wrong here and that Jeffrey Epstein was not at all connected to the Mossad. But it seems he was. It seems he was. So again, it would call into question this relationship that we've had with our, quote, greatest ally for a very long time.
That's it, guys. I think he saw my 1,000-view video on him. This must be why he changed his tune. It has to be it. He saw the real Miggy's video on it. TV Miggy. He saw his video and was like, "Yep, I got to change my tune. I'm wrong on this. I'm wrong. I knew my journalistic, reach was large, but I never knew it was that large. Obviously, I'm joking. Obviously. But I mean, I don't know what's going on. Like, what prompted this, like, full, turnaround? He's naming Israel, saying Israel's likely involved. He's seems like he was a part of Mossad. Now he's going back to, he was probably a part of Mossad. And, calling into question Israel being our greatest ally, which he didn't do in the past 3 episodes since he had that dinner with J.D. Vance. And he's saying that, elites and Israel will be implicated in all of this, which is just like, I just need to know what went on behind the scene. I bet a bunch of, maybe his, like, comedian friends, or he was reading the comments on those videos and, like, just was like, shit, maybe I do gotta, like, actually, be funny. Because, like, when he's just doing this grift of, like, meandering around the point and not really talking about it and, like, shilling for the government, nobody thinks that's funny. It's funny when he's being absurd and talking about how potentially, all the parties involved are, the elites and, the big bad in the Middle East. But I don't know. It's so funny. Like, what happened? But obviously, I don't think he really gives a shit about the comments. He could have gone, months and months and months, and people would have forgotten about it. I mean, the same way people forgot about the whole situation with him and his producer, Ben. I don't think the comments really had anything to do with it. Maybe Rogan. No, what am I saying? That was probably the dumbest fucking thing I've ever said. Definitely not Rogan. Rogan's been shilling for the right forever. But someone had to be like, yo, what's going on here, man? What's going on with you? Are you all right?
Conspiracies have taken the hold of the American mind. And Ross goes, well, the thing about conspiracies is there's an element of truth. Not in this one. There's not an element of truth. It's all truth. It's all the elements of all of the truth. It's not a kernel of truth. It's lots of kernels in a bag of popcorn. But this is what, and every article now is like, why have conspiracies, the minds of people are being warped, they're melting because of the conspiracy. So, again, and everyone talks about, like, everyone's like, oh, the grift is to go against Israel. It's like, clearly not. The grift is $250,000 for the blog, for your blog.
I think Tim's sleeper agent had to have called out sick today, or maybe Tim's sleeper agent got killed, because I don't even believe what I'm watching. I never thought that we would see this Tim again on this story. I believe that he would go, on some conspiracy, but I didn't think he would go back on this story. He had to he had to have, like, been like, what the fuck am I doing? Why? What am I doing? Or honestly, the bribe they gave him was not good enough. Clearly, the bribe they gave him was not good enough. Either it wasn't enough seafood, it wasn't enough jumbo shrimp or fried shrimp, or just, like, a big enough seafood tower, and he just reverted. But, like, I just don't understand what's happening. I can't. I mean, I'm happy. I'm super happy that he's going back on this, because this whole situation is retarded. And, you would want to be on the right side of this, that, a child sex trafficking ring is bad and is most likely going on or occurred during, the Trump presidency, or rather Trump is covering up one, and Trump is very good friends with a convicted pedophile and a man who ran a child sex ring, and he's covering it up. So you think you would want to come out against that? It's actually insane. I'm happy that now he is on the right side of this, but I just don't understand why. Like, what I don't understand. I mean, is the grift is to be, obviously, like he said, against all of this and against, a certain country. But I don't understand why he's doing this now. It doesn't really quite make sense to me.
The credibility of Trump collapsing because of the Epstein list, which he is not releasing, the information that the administration is concealing. About the worst crime in the world, by the way. The rape of children is the worst crime in the world. This is not like, remember when they tried to the Barack Obama Solyndra, solar panel energy scandal, or Clinton getting head in the Oval Office, or this is the worst crime in the world, and it's being covered up. And the domestic credibility of Trump is collapsing. And internationally, they don't care because it's a lot of dictators that like him, and then there's people that have always hated him. You have that happening. You have Israel waging an incredibly, to say the least, unpopular campaign of famine in Gaza. People are starving.
I don't really know what's changed. This is a good thing, but I mean, I don't know what could make someone as slimy and as much of a just backstabber as Tim Dillon, change his mind about something like this. But hey, I'm here for it, and this is all good, and I'm gonna keep reporting on it, keep listening to him for now. I don't know if I'm hate watching anymore, but I was for the past 3 weeks. But we'll see what happens now. Anyway, I wanted to bring you guys up to date on all this, what's going on, how our boy Timmy's doing. It seems like he's doing a lot better, and he's finally had a come to Jesus moment, or rather a come to the side of not pedophiles moment, and is back being funny and not being a weird grifter and having dinner with the Vice President of the United States. I mean, how fucking weird is it having dinner with the Vice President of the United States as a comedian? And they're like, hey, can you run this cover for us? I mean, that whole situation is just insane. I don't think people really get how fucking weird that is. How odd that whole situation was. Anyway, that's all I really have for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this, comment, subscribe, share it, whatever, shove it up your butt. I don't really care. I'll see you guys in the next one.